Hi everyone, this video is going to be a little bit different than what I usually post. This video is going to be about being a psychology major and if it's right for you and if it's something that you want to do. I'm going to discuss everything that I did being a psychology major, everything I went through and all that good stuff. This video layout is going to be first my background history, second where I am now, and third some tips I have for you guys and some pros and cons. This video is definitely something right up my alley that I am so excited to film. I've been wanting to film this video for a while. I want to post more videos like this on my channel just because this is something that I actually want to do in my future career. I definitely want to help people. I know around this time of the year a lot of people are graduating high school, maybe still in college or graduating college and need some tips on grad school, so hopefully I could cover all of those questions in this video. Without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you are new here, definitely subscribe. I love making college lifestyle videos as well as like fashion and beauty videos. Okay, so first I want to talk about my background. So I always knew that I wanted to study psychology in college from basically like sophomore, junior year of high school. My aunt and uncle were psychologists and I always looked up to them growing up. Taking some psychology classes in high school and learning more about mental health just really intrigued me, and I was like, okay, I want to do that. So basically what I did is I graduated high school, and I always knew that going to a four-year university straight from high school wasn't for me. I moved out at a young age and I kind of had to basically support myself, so it was just more realistic for me to go to a two-year community college first and then transfer to a four-year university in Orange County, California. I attended 3 years there just because I had a lot of prerequisites to do, and then I went ahead and transferred to California State University of Fullerton, which is also just a block away from Fullerton College. I only applied to two schools that I was planning on transferring to from community college. I applied to UC Irvine and Cal State Fullerton. I got into both schools, but back in that time I just couldn't afford UC Irvine and I just didn't want to move out there, so unfortunately I didn't choose UC Irvine, but I did choose Cal State Fullerton, and I lasted 2 years there and it was amazing, it was great, and I graduated last May of 2019. Basically where I am now is I'm taking a gap year, so yes, it's May 2020 and last May I graduated. So the reason why I wanted to take a gap year is because I didn't really get to develop a lot of experience throughout college, which is something I'll go over with you guys in a little while when I'm discussing tips. So in my little gap year, I just wanted to find like a big girl job in the mental health profession, and I did. So after I graduated in May, it took me about a month to find a job. So if you want a whole nother video about that and careers and all of that, I totally will do that. So basically, on Indeed, I applied to be a psychiatric technician or a mental health worker. So that's the position that I got. I work at an outpatient psychiatric clinic and it's pretty interesting. I see about 10 to 15 patients a day, sometimes more if it's a very busy day. Basically what I do is I see the patient before they meet with the psychiatrist or the physician, ask questions that are psychological testing related. Patient's first time in the clinic, then I have to ask them their mental health history, why they're here. If they're a returning patient, then it's a little shorter and it would be more like a follow-up, and I would ask them how everything's going with their treatment and all of that. Working in the mental health profession is very challenging, very difficult, but I love it. I'm super fortunate that I was able to get a job as fast as I did after I graduated. It's definitely gonna look strong on my grad school applications as well. So my ultimate goal is to go to grad school and to become a therapist and to study marriage family therapy. And then my gap year where I am now is applying to graduate school. Hopefully in fall 2020 or spring 2021 I'll be in grad school. Anyways, if you guys want a whole nother video about my history and about where I am, my future goals, all that, then I will totally make a video, and then I'll also make a video about career planning and all of that. So now that I discussed my history and all of that, I'm gonna say some tips. So number one tip is to set a plan. So if you're still in high school, you want to meet with your academic advisor or an academic advisor at the college that you are planning on attending. So hopefully you do know what kind of school you are going to go to for college, if it's a 2-year or if it's a university. Most likely you guys need general psych, you need general stat. Second is build experience. This is something that I wish I did, and I don't even know why I didn't. I was in the psychology club at my 2-year college, but once I transferred to the university, things just went like so fast. It was a whole different level of education first. I feel like it was way harder than in community college. So I just really focused on my studies and working. I didn't TA for any professor. I didn't build experience while I was in school, which I wish I totally did. So when you guys are in your second, third year of college, please find some internships, do your research. You really want to plan ahead. Third is study for the GRE. So I did take the GRE, which I didn't mention, but that is also why I wanted to take a gap year, was to study the GRE. I took the GRE and I did horrible. Yeah, I did so bad. So if you want to take the GRE, please study even while you're in school, even before you graduate. Study on your free time, study all that you can. Also, really plan ahead. Know what you want to do. Your first year, your second year of college, really grasp, do some research, take a career planning course. Really know what you want to do, because if you want to pursue something, you should make a plan. That way it'll be easier and you can take all the steps that you could get to that plan. I know this is not for everyone. Everyone starts on different levels. We all have different stories, but as long as you get there and you have the resources, every university has an academic counselor and a career center, so always go there and ask them if you guys need help. Every major department has resources, has a counselor, and has even professors. So for some questions about psychology, some pros and cons, is it easy? And I mean, nothing is easy in life. You just can't choose something that you want to do for the rest of your life because it's easy. Because really, psychology it's a science. It's a behavioral science, and it's learning about people's behavior and human behavior and how we think and how we feel. And it's just really interesting. I definitely don't think it's easy. Some topics are easier than others. But if you want to study psychology, I really recommend that you really truly have a passion for psychology, just because it is a little more difficult and psychology may not be for everyone. Also, a lot of people ask, what can you do with a psychology degree? And the thing with psychology is it's so broad. So even after getting your bachelor's, you could still find a job with a psychology degree, but it won't be as high as in pay if you had a master's degree or doctorate degree. So you could be a behavioral therapist, you could be a mental health tech like me, you could be a psychiatric technician, you could work in a psychiatric hospital, you could do so much. You could take psychology into child development, you could be an academic advisor. I know at some places you don't need a master's. You could be a child life peer specialist, so you can work at hospitals with children who have cancer. You could do so much with psychology. You could even take it into social work. It's just so much you could do with psychology. So if you have graduated already with your degree in psychology and you still don't know what you want to do, at least you know that psychology is really broad and you could take it in to so many different fields. I have some friends who graduated with the same degree I did the same year, and they got into social work programs, they got in occupational therapy programs. So really, psychology is super broad and you could use it in so many different ways. I want to do clinical psychology. I want to be a therapist and own my own clinical practice, and I also want to do like consulting. That's the route I want to take, and I want to specialize in MFT. So those are the programs that I'm looking into, and that's just something that I always want to do. And yeah, anyways, this video is so long and I could talk all day about psychology, but I wanted to just post this video out there so I could give you guys a background. And if you really want to study psychology, I say go for it. It's, again, so broad. Even if you don't know what you want to do in your future, just still do psychology. Take the classes. You're going to learn about so many like interesting topics. You could even take like psychology into nursing, into med school. Like, psychology is awesome. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. It was kind of like all over the place, but I did try to organize it. Yes, but if you guys want me to do more psychology related videos or more videos in general about college and graduating and like trying to get a job, I totally will. Without further ado, I hope you guys have a good day, and yeah, stay safe.